Hey, what's up? Ian here, and today I'm going to talk about this Fosi Audio SK02. It is a desktop DAC and amplifier. It is small, it's compact, and is, well, I wouldn't say portable. Well, you can bring it around, but essentially it sits on your desktop, okay? And it's really small and lightweight for a desktop DAC amplifier. And the price for this is not out yet at the time of filming this video, so once I have the price and I have the link, I'll leave it down in the description below. But for now, let's go through the functions of this and also my personal experience using this. Let's start. First, let's begin with the box. Actually, a very simple box, nothing much to talk about on this box. It just holds the amplifier. Inside you get a user guide. Okay, a user guide shows you most of the functions here. I'll just go through the specs later. And then you've got the cable. So you've got a USB-C to USB-C cable. It does come with an adapter which is tethered to the cable, so you won't lose it. Very nice of them. So this cable will connect your DAC amp to your source. Okay, and the DAC amp itself. So the DAC amp is really small, compact, is made of metal. Well, the faceplate is made of metal. I think the plastic is made of, I think it's metal. I feel that it's metal. And very compact, as you can see. Now, inside this DAC amplifier, there are two DAC chips, which is the ES9038Q2M, and it's coupled with the op amp, which is the SGM8262. All right, so these are the two most important components inside here, and it's got three outputs, right? So at the top here, you have your auxiliary out, okay, which is protected by this rubber grommet, okay, and then at the bottom you have 3.5 millimeter single-ended output, and you have your 4.4 balance output. And for the power output for the 3.5 headphone jack is 280 milliwatts at 32 ohms, and for the balance output is 1100 milliwatts of power at 32 ohms. So quite a bit of power. Now in terms of input, you have two different inputs. One is the USB in here, and then you have the optical in. So this can connect to your existing audio setup and you can use it as a preamp or just basically an amplifier, and you have an auxiliary out, or you can connect it to your headphone. Okay, so pretty simple setup for this little device. Now on faceplate here, you do get a very big knob here, okay, and this is your volume knob, and as you guys know, I'm a fan of knobs, okay, and this is a stepless knob and it's an infinite knob, so you can use it as a fidget toy if you want. And it's got some clicks to it, very satisfying notches when you turn it, and it's a very gradual incremental kind of turn, so very satisfying. It's not going to be very jarring, whereby when you turn the knob you won't feel it. You do get some tactile feedback when you turn the knob. It's not knurled or anything like that, so you do need to have quite a bit of grip to it when you're on the turn, but it's actually really easy to turn this knob, so very satisfying knob to turn. And this is actually the power button as well, so when you press on this, it will turn off and play your music. Now on top here you get a gain button, and there are two gains, the high gain and low gain, and next to it you have your mode button, and this mode button will change the input mode, whereby you can change from optical in or the USB in, right, if you have both connected. Okay, and that's it. Now below the buttons you do get some LED indicators. We have the high gain and low gain that corresponds to the gain button, and then the optical and USB LED that corresponds to the mode, right? And that's it for the top two indicators of the LED. Now below those you have your sample rates. Now this device can decode PCM up to 384 kilohertz at 32-bit, and for DSD, it can decode up to 256. Okay, so as you can see here, I'll show you later when I connect it to my phone. It will just, display the corresponding sample rate of the particular song that you are playing. And below the DSD here, you have your volume LED indicator. It does flash. It does do like a running disco like kind of thing. And to give you a response on how much volume. So if you increase the volume, the light will become more intense. But it's a very small little light, but it's quite noticeable. And of course, you have your power LED light over here. So in terms of functionality and the overall usability of this device is very, very simple. So let's connect this to my phone, and then I'll just demonstrate it to you guys. So it's very easy to connect. Just connect the cable, and then the cable here, just connect it to your phone or your Android device if you want. Okay, make sure there is power output from your device. Your phone needs to have power to be able to have power output, whichever. Okay, so when I connect it to my phone, as you can see, the LED light lights up. Okay, so currently I'm on high gain, and the sample rate is at 48 kilohertz, which is because the song that I was playing, which is Ariana Grande's Yes and this song right here is 24-bit 84 kilohertz. As you can see, this is Apple lossless. All right, now if I were to change to another song, for example, Cruel Summer by Taylor Swift, and this has got a bit rate of 44 kilohertz at 24-bit, it will reflect on this device itself. As you can see now, it's at 44.1 kilohertz PCM. Okay, so well, accordingly, it will just show you the sample rate of the song that you're playing. Obviously, I'm not going to play any song right now. I don't want to get copyright strike. Yeah, so I can reduce the volume and then just show you guys. I'll connect it to my headphone. And this is my Hi-Fi-Man Edition XS, as you can see. So let me just connect my headphone to it and single-end it. And just play the song and reduce the volume. Okay, so as you can see, now it's really quiet, and the volume, as you can see, the indicator here is flashing. If I were to increase the volume, it'll become, the light will intensify. As you can see, it gets brighter. So it's a very good indication. There you go. So it's like indicating how loud the sound is supposed to be. So just in case the headphone is not on your head, then you can tell if this is really loud or soft. Okay, if it's too loud, try to reduce the volume before you put it on your head. Okay, so yeah, and you can play and pause your music. So you can press to play or pause, and you press again to play, as you can see. So yeah, it's a very simple device to use, and it's very portable. It draws power from my phone. It's not a good thing because your phone will run out of juice very, very quickly. But if you want to, that's the trade-off. You want to have high quality, high fidelity sound, and you want to be able to power up your headphones, especially this kind of headphones, then you have to have this kind of setup to draw power from your phone, or you can connect to your laptop if you want, but it depends on what setup you have. If you are mobile and you're out and about, this is actually one of the best setup that I would recommend. Even though there are other options out there, this device is a little bit even though it's small, right, it's not a very portable device. It's not meant to be carried around. As you can see, there's some rubber feet below here. Let me just compare it with the iFi HipDAC 2, which I have right here. And this has got a built-in battery, and this is meant to be mobile. It's supposed to go around with your device, right? And this will have enough juice to power up headphones. It is not as powerful as the SK02, but this is a portable solution. Compared to this is the SK2 is a semi-portable solution. So in certain scenarios, I would, imagine myself connecting this to my laptop when I'm, in a very secluded area somewhere, and I just need to listen to my music, probably 1 or 2 days. This would be a very good setup. Okay, so yeah. Portable or semi-portable, depends. Now in terms of sound, right? Sound for this I would say a balanced sound is kind of fun. Quite a bit of texture. It's not as textured as the i5 HipDAC 2. And overall, by the way, this is the HipDAC 2, not the new one, right? So yeah, in terms of the overall sound signature, the overall tone and timbre for this device is warm. Yes, it's warm, but it's not as warm as the HipDAC 2, and also it's not as fun as the HipDAC 2. Now, HipDAC 2, if you turn on that bass boost, obviously you'll get a lot of bass from this HipDAC 2, but you won't get as much bass out of this SK02. Obviously, you can EQ the sound, but I'm just referencing it based on the stock tuning of this device. And the overall soundstage, I would say this has got a wider soundstage than the HipDAC 2, and overall sound resolution is much cleaner. I would say the sound produced from this SK2 is much cleaner than the HipDAC 2. HipDAC 2 is meant to be more analog. It's more musical. It sounds more musical, and it's not by a lot more, but it's more musical than the SK2. But in terms of details being retrieved from your music, I would say the SK2 has got more details. It produces more details as compared to the HipDAC 2. Obviously, I'm not comparing apple to apple because the HipDAC 2 is meant to be portable. It's not as powerful as this SK2, but it's quite similar in certain ways because this is semi-portable, I would say. Now, in terms of the overall sound, both are balanced, right? This is bass boosted, and I would say the SK2 has got more clarity on the higher side. The treble sounds cleaner, more refined, I would say. For the HipDAC 2 is not as refined, it's not as bright as the SK2. So if you want something more balanced, all right, the SK2 would be your option. Now, in terms of power output, this is why I feel SK2 opens up headphones in terms of the power output much earlier than the i5 HipDAC 2. So yeah, it does deliver more power if you were to connect it by the balance output. So if you want the most out of this SK2, I would suggest to connect to the balance output so that you get that power output and that sound without the need much effort to push the headphone as compared to the HipDAC 2. Okay, so that's the comparison, a very quick comparison with this HipDAC 2, and I would say this is actually a pretty balanced and all-rounder kind of DAC amplifier. It's portable, it's easy to use, it's simple, and I like the knob. Yeah, so obviously it's a very universal DAC amplifier whereby you can listen to your high-res audio with just this little device, and you can bring it around. Okay, it's pretty small. It's not as ergonomic as the HipDAC 2 because this is not meant to be carried around. You can move it around, but it's not meant to be pocketable. Okay, not like the HipDAC 2. But overall, I would say this is a very nice and nifty and powerful little DAC amplifier, desktop amplifier that you can bring around and put it in your backpack and use it as and when you need it. Alright, so that's my overall review for this Fosi Audio SK02. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's it for now. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.